Hey there, it's Dr. Crypto here, and I hope you're well. And before I start, smash that like, give subscribe, it's always much appreciated. But who's getting fed up of these red days? It just seems to be never ending. And when we had that local top, and you start thinking to yourself, I wish to sold some, and then I could buy in cheaper or sold some and done whatever with it. But at the moment, it just doesn't seem to be ending. It just seems to like Bitcoin is chopping around. Altcoins are absolutely bleeding, and some of the altcoins are actually getting very, very close to the bear market bottoms. So there's opportunities here to DCA because my gut feeling is telling me this is going to be a good year. At the moment, it doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it's all red. But my gut feelings, like I said, my gut feelings telling me that we're going to have a good year. But you know, a lot of times I've not followed my gut, and and I've missed out in a lot of opportunities. So I'm not selling anything because I really do feel like we are going to go higher up, and it's going to be a crazy year. Because as a lot of like retail, I've been selling and panic selling. There's a lot out there in terms of whales and maybe even countries have actually been accumulating crypto, Bitcoin specifically. So there's a lot going on at the moment, which makes me really, really bullish. So, you know, in the short term, yeah, it's not looking great. And I feel a lot of people, and I'm feeling it as well, where I'm thinking, come on, you know, when is alt season going to happen? And it's one of those ones, isn't it, where it will just happen out of the blue. It will just happen, and then everybody will be all happy again. And we're seeing, you know, all these 10x's and 20x's and what, you know, like we did see with the meme coins, and that's another lesson that I've learned. Meme coins, yeah, meme coins. I have started to obviously I've been buying some meme coins like on Crow with Knife and Mery. I've been buying them because Mery, if that gets listed on crypto.com, that's going to be some nice gains made on that one. But let's look at Bitcoin at the moment. So we can see here, Bitcoin, again, it's just chopping around, just choppy. It's chopping out the bears, it's chopping out the bulls, just going a lot of sideways action. But we've got that falling wedge at the moment. But we've got that area of support of $60,000, which the bulls are holding quite nicely at the moment. But can they keep on holding it? Or the bears going to really come in and push us down to around about that $53,000 to $54,000, which is going to be a great opportunity if it happens. But I've noticed one thing on the daily, the volume is coming down as well. So that means less liquidity at the moment. But what's happened is it's easy for these whales to start manipulating the price. So what they'll do is they'll try to scare you out of the market for you to panic sell, and they'll just buy more. And I'm not just saying that just as hopium or anything like that. It's true. I've been through the cycles, I've seen it, and they do. They bore you out the market. They try to get you to sell so they can get cheaper prices, because that's what the whales, these billionaires, millionaires and billionaires want you to do. They want you to sell so they can get the prices cheaper, and then they buy up. And then when you sell, the price pumps up, and then you start buying up higher up again. So the volume's coming down at the moment. The falling wedge is coming down. At some point, I do feel like we're going to break out, because if we look on here on the monthly, the liquidity is now really building up onto the upside. We can see here at what, $65,000. Then the next one is at $67,000, and then we've got liquidity at $71,000 to $72,000. And Bitcoin always follows that liquidity. But what I'm seeing is we have had some big inflows coming in. We had a very small outflow yesterday in that. So we had a bit of a sell from GBTC. Actually, over the last couple of days, it's been actually positive inflows, but we've had one outflow as well, and Grayscale hasn't bought anything. So it's been a very, very small amount of outflows at the moment. And we can see the rainbow chart as well. That's saying it's in a buy zone at the moment. So it's an opportunity. Obviously, we could come down a little bit more, like I said, but there's an opportunity to buy up here. But one thing I am watching at the moment, and a lot of people have been talking about, is Mr. 100 has been buying. And what I have noticed is that every time the price is just going sideways, every day they're buying, they buy like $100, 100 Bitcoin, should I say. But what I have noticed is every time we drop down and we start coming down in price, they buy more. Like it said here, Hodl Capital says, Mr. 100 bought mined today 502 Bitcoin. So every time the price really drops down, they buy more Bitcoin. So is this, I don't know who this is. Is this like a country that is buying, or is this a big exchange? Nobody knows at the moment. But what they're doing is, as we see retail selling, they're buying. And when they're buying, and I've learned my lesson in the past, when you see big whales buying, these billionaires buying, I buy as well. You know, because I don't follow what retail do too much. I follow what the big boys do and what they're doing. And they're not panic selling, they're buying. And what we can also see is what also can make us go parabola is on the thread here, printing money. And we've got the first candle here. Is that the first of many? Now, if this is true, then obviously big moves are going to be happening soon, because we know with the Federal Reserve are not upping interest rates at all. They've made that quite clear at the moment. Obviously, data changes, but we have started to see like job losses coming in. So this is when they may start to print more. As you can see, U2 empty, money supply turns up. We're going up, boys. So it doesn't feel like it at the moment when we see these red days, but you just got to hold tight and feel that conviction, and that really do. And don't get shaken out the market. It's very easy to do. I've many a times looked at my money and my tokens. I'm thinking, should I sell some? Should I sell some? I'm feeling like, you know, what's going on? Are we going to go back into that bear market and that lot? But at the moment, or do you see this as an opportunity? Let me know in the comments below. Do you see this as opportunity? Or do you think this is, I think we're going into the bear market? But I don't think we do. I think this is a time of where you can rejig your portfolio if necessary. And when there's an opportunity now to change, which things don't feel too comfortable with, certain projects, they don't seem to take when we go down a lot. Everybody's very different in what they do. So let's check out what's happening with CRO at the moment. So looking at Kronos at the moment, so I'm just going to cover a little bit of Kronos, and then I'm going to have a look a bit of Mery and a bit of Core, because I think there's something very important about Mery that if they get listed on the crypto.com app. But before I get into that, let's just have a look a bit of CRO, because at CRO just is following exactly like what Bitcoin's doing at the moment. We're coming down into this falling wedge here. We're still in this white channel here. It's a lot of choppy grounds at the moment, but also we've seen the volume come down as well, which is again meaning there's high chance of manipulation by whales. But at the moment, a lot of the alts are following what Bitcoin goes. If Bitcoin drops 1%, alts will drop down 10% or something like that, But at the moment, all it is just choppy sideways. And we've got a lot of support around about that 12 pence mark, which the bulls are holding on at the moment. But like I said, falling volume, the falling wedge, it means something at the moment. I really do think we're going to break out to the upside at some point. The market's getting really boring. People are leaving. Sentiment is poor. It's bad. Everybody thinks alt season's never going to happen. And just like that, it will happen. The tables will turn and something will trigger it and it will go off. And then the people who sold will be sitting there thinking, why did I sell? So at the moment, I'm not selling anything. I've sold zero. I've sold zero because I'm holding on, because I see the bigger picture. If you look at the 1 minute and 5 minutes, obviously that's going to scare you out the market. But when you zoom out, it doesn't look particularly bad. Like I said, we're on that falling wedge. Potentially, we've got a chance here to break out to the upside to get up to that 18 pence mark again. But obviously, if Bitcoin drops down, there's a chance here that we could fall down even to that 8 cents mark. Nothing's impossible. So I don't want to give people hopium. I'm not one of them at all. And like I say, I'm not one of those channels who say, I've never sold. When I sell, I will say that I've sold. If I haven't, then I'll tell you I haven't. And I haven't sold anything. I'm holding it because I look at the long term. But the reason why I like crypto.com is because 100 million users. And then we've got the F1 going on. We've got so many things going on at the moment. But one thing I am watching out for where you can potentially make some gains if this happens. I'm not going to say that Mery is going to get listed on crypto.com, but there's a chance that it could, because look what happened when Core got listed. When they got listed on the 26th of April, look at that move. Look at that move to the upside. That is a whopping 715%. A lot of people made a lot of money in that game. Now, what will happen if Mery, who gets listed on crypto.com, will we get a 700% mark, which would, in that case, would be if we got listed today. Wow, that's going to take us, if I actually get that right, making a complete ash of this, but we're going to go right up. Gosh, we're going to go quite high. If we went 700%, wow, this is like 700%. We're going to kill at least a 0 on that one. That's going to make a lot of people, and this is not hopium, because we could see what happened to Core. Massive volume came in, mass buys up, a lot of people made a lot of money, but this is obviously subject to if crypto.com listed. So watch out for crypto.com. If I see crypto.com list, obviously Mery, then I'll be buying. I'll be buying like you won't believe. I will be buying. Obviously there's a risk with that we get listed on crypto.com and nothing happens, or people sell off or what like. But there's a big chance we can make some big gains to the upside. But like I said, nothing I say is financial advice or anything like that. You do your own research. This is what I'm be doing. But I'll take the gamble. I'll take the risk to buy Mery if it gets listed on crypto.com. I'm holding off at the moment because obviously, depending what happens with Bitcoin, obviously that could bring the price down. And obviously, if the price comes down a little bit for Mery, that's going to be even better. So I like to see, not be negative, Mery to come down a little bit more, maybe retest this area here and then buy up if they get listed on crypto.com. That would be that elastic band, pull it back, down, and then gets listed on crypto.com and slingshot it up. That's what I'm hoping for, and I hope you are too. But yeah, like I said, give us a like and give us a subscribe. It's always much appreciated, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.